Hey there! Welcome back to Adventure in Art. My name is Ben Staley. In this episode, I'm going to edit some Q2 files. You know, a lot of you have asked for that in the comments. That's not really the kind of video that I want to make or that I'm going to make in the future, but I'm doing it this one time. I pulled some of my favorite shots. I'm going to run through them in Lightroom and I'm going to show you what I do. Spoiler alert, it's not a lot, okay? I love the files that I get out of the Q2. I love the colors, how they look coming right out of there. A lot of times, you know, you're going to see I don't do much. I'll convert them to black and white. I'll tweak the contrast, do maybe a few little things, and that's about it. I don't want to spend a lot of time retouching, not because I'm lazy. I'd rather be out shooting than sitting in front of a computer, and I'm trying to get my shots right on the day. I'm trying to get my compositions as right as I can. I'm trying to get my exposure right, take them when the light is just right. So I am shooting pictures, you know, I don't shoot for the edit. I shoot to get them as close as I can in camera, and then I just tweak a few things in the edits. These Q2 files allow me to do that. And so you're not going to see me doing a whole lot. Here we go.
So we're going to do 4 pictures. We've got 2 people and 2 landscapes, some faces and some places. So let's get into this right off the bat. Okay, this is my friend Lucy on top of a parking garage in Portland. Now, I love this photo. I really wanted to capture Lucy, and I wanted to get this amazing sky that's happening. Now, this is tricky. I didn't want to overexpose the sky. I didn't want to underexpose Lucy. This is really late in the day. You can actually see a little bit of the cityscape right over here. But we are going to make this one black and white. So let me just show you what I think we're going to do. Convert it to black and white. Okay. Now, what I want to do is, I'm a little skewed. We had like a minute to do this, and then we got kicked off this rooftop by a overzealous security guard. I was a little skewed at my angle. I just want this horizon line of the edge of the parking garage to be level. It's just gonna make me much happier. And then I think this is kind of a cinematic image, so I want to actually letterbox it. Oh, let's unlock this. We want to keep the width. We just want to, I want to kind of put Lucy right in the center of this frame. We'll bring up the bottom. There we go. We got our little third markers, and we're just split right down the middle. Lucy is just centered. That makes me happy with this picture. So what I want to do is, right off the bat, I want to get my levels right, and I want to bring down the sky. So, but I don't want to, for instance, I don't want to just drop all the highlights. That just kind of flattens us. I might drop them a little. But what I want to do is add a grad filter. Just right off the bat, I want to start auditioning this to see what it looks like. We'll drag the bottom of this a little bit over Lucy. We can get away with that. She's real dark in there anyways. We're going to bring down the exposure a skosh. We're going to up the contrast. Let's look at that. We are going to add a little texture and a little bit of clarity in there. That'll bring out the detail. We're going to add a lot of clarity. And I think that makes me happy. Let's just see what we can get away with here. I don't want to mess with Lucy's face too much. We can actually do that right there. Let's see. What if we just bring down the blacks ever so slightly in there? Just make this super moody. There we go. And now, I'm liking that. Okay. We are gonna now, let's just add a little bit of texture. This image deserves a little bit of texture to bring out that concrete wall, bring out the sequins in her dress, a teeny bit of clarity, plus 11 on that. Look at that. Okay, and there's Lucy. I just love this. I just told her to go stand over there, and she just kind of has this vibe about her. She knew right what to do. I'm really liking where this is. Let's look up at her face. Okay, maybe bring up, see what it'll do if we just bring the shadows. I like to do a bunch. Nope, too far, and then we'll just see where we're going. Okay, just bring up those shadows just a smidge. We're going to go down here. Now, the last thing, we're almost done. This is like really all I want to do. So then I'm going to add another grad filter down here at the bottom just to darken up this bottom of the frame. There we go. Not a huge amount. Let's see. We don't want to go like, you know, black. We want a difference between the wall and the ground, but we want to darken it a little bit. Right in there. I just love this image. It's simple, it's clean, boom. What are our settings? Let's just look at that. ISO 800, 1/250th of a second, f8. And I went f8 probably so I could have those clouds, you know, would be more in focus. There we go. There's Lucy. Okay, let's move on. And this is Riel. She is a model who had just moved to LA, and we did a photo shoot. And I wanted to do a close-up here. Look at how sharp that lens is. You just focus right in on her eye. So we're going to make this one black and white as well. Let's look at our settings first. ISO 200, 1.7. We are wide open to get that narrow depth of field. 1/500th of a second. Okay, we're going to do this black and white. This deserves to be black and white. We are going to just ever so slightly bring down the exposure. Just the cheek was getting borderline overexposed over there. We're losing some of this black over here. We'll lift those shadows just to get a little back. Great. We're going to add a teeny bit of texture just to bring out the detail. I don't know if we want to even do any clarity. She's so smooth. No, we don't. We're going to go, we'll go maybe a +6. Now, the main thing we're going to do for Riel is I want to just keep her skin real natural, but she had a little bit of a breakout in here, and we're just going to clean this up. I will typically do some light retouching if I think it's worth it, and we zoomed in real close, so we're just going to use this spot healing brush just to clean up this skin in here. Okay, you know, just really simple. Don't need to do much, don't need to do much. Just smooths it out, still looks really natural. I use that spot healing tool a lot. That's one of the main things I'll do. Other than that, for most pictures, I'm trying to get it in camera. I'm trying to get the light in camera, you know, and then I'll just, if I convert it to black and white, which I do a lot, then it's just about finding the right contrast level. One thing I want to do is bring more attention to her face. So we're going to use our grad filter again. We're just going to add a little graduation over here. Bring this down. We can kiss the side of her face right there, and we're going to bring this down. Maybe bring this over. I don't want it to be noticeable, so I got to find the right kind of balance here. Yeah, a little before and after. She's got a nice little catch light in her eye. I think we're just going to leave that alone. I like this image a lot. Okay, that's all I'm going to do. That's all I'm going to do. We're done. Okay, a landscape. Now this is going to be color. We're out in the Antelope Valley. This is in January, and it snowed a whole bunch out there, and the snow was beginning to melt. Now this is the Mojave Desert, so it's like super frickin' hot out there all the time. Right now it's probably about 110 degrees out there. Actually, spoiler alert, my very next video is going to be a shoot I did in this very same area. It's going to look a lot different. I did that a few weeks ago, and with some film and with some digital with the Q2. So you're going to see some shots of this very same area from recently, and it looks radically different. I'm going to give this one kind of a widescreen cinematic approach too. So we're not doing much here, folks. Okay, there we go. I like this aspect ratio. We've got our horizon lines straight. We're going to just pump the contrast a teeny bit. We're going to bring up the vibrance to just bring out those oranges. Oh, look at that. Not too much, though. Great, great, great. We're just going to lift some. Okay, let's see. What do we got? What do we got? Take our curve here. There we go. Give it just a little Whoa. Little S-curve. Boom. I'm going to add a teeny bit of texture. Teeny bit of clarity. Let's just see what happens when we start to crush these blacks here down here just a little bit. Yeah. Nice. I'm going to audition a grad filter here on the sky. Let's see if we can do that to make it kind of mirror the darkness in the water below. Let's see if that's going to work. I like that. I think we're going to do that. It adds kind of a symmetry to the image. And I think we're going to do that right about there. Let's look at the before. Okay, just punched it a little bit. That's really all we had to do with that. I love the files right out of this camera. It's why I like it so much. And honestly, out of all the digital cameras I've ever had, I like the colors just right out of the camera better than anything I could remember. That's all I did with that. It took us like, what, 2 minutes? Okay, one more. Oh, I love this shot. And this was such a magical evening. This is also out in the Antelope Valley on a way another corner. There's a dry lake bed out there, and my wife and I showed up out there right exactly at sunset, and we barely got a few images. This is one of my favorites. So what do we got here? This is ISO 400, f1.7, 1/500th of a second. So yeah, f1.7 here, so I can just get sharp focus on this foreground. Now, this wood that's kind of frozen in this dry lake bed. I underexposed this knowingly because I wanted to get as much as I could out of the sky. So we're gonna kind of bring it up just a teeny bit, and we're gonna bring up the shadows. There we go. And we'll just pump the contrast to just give it a little dynamics. Yes, okay. Let's look at the before. Okay, that just pops our colors a little bit. Great, great. Bring up a little more of the shadows. We're going to add some texture just to bring out that detail, a skosh of clarity. What do we got? We're going to add just a teeny bit of vibrance. Now the colors, look at this is the freaking color that it was. It was this crazy purple. I'm just going to enhance that. Let's see if we can add just a skosh of magenta. Warm it up a little, just kind of, let's see which way. We don't want to go, I don't want it too cool. You want to up the warmth a little bit. Great. Great. We're getting there, we're getting there. I'm going to add a grad filter to the sky here just to make it even more moody. We've got this nice horizon line. Let's see here. Boom. Bring this down. Contrast in the sky. There we go. There we go. Just kind of careful with this and make it not super noticeable. We got that nice dark horizon line, so it just kind of camouflages it. You don't always get that lucky. Let me just look at this, make sure my clarity didn't jack up the edge of my. No, I think we're okay. Sometimes you can start to see it break down in here in the edge if you pump that up too much, so I don't like to use it too much. I think we're all right. Okay. Yeah, I like this. A little bit more vibrance down here. Now the thing that is bothering me a little bit is I'm just a little off center with my my framing, and we were just in a hurry, and I'm just trying to get a shot, trying to get a few things before the sun totally goes down. I want this wood thing kind of really centered, so keep our horizon line there, and our kind of rule of thirds works really good, I think. But if we just move this more over into the center, it's going to be a little more pleasing. I think that is pretty cool. I like that a lot. Let's look at the before. Oh yeah. Okay, folks, and that's it. And that is all we have done. Boom. There are our 4 images.
I hope that was informative for you. I warned you, I don't do much. Let me know what you think. Let me know if there's anything I didn't cover. Let me know if you have any deeper questions, and I will answer those in the comments. Thank you for watching. Thank you for continually showing up, a lot of you that do, and get out there and shoot. We'll see you on the next one.